What is up, guys? Mr. Lee Redmond here, and welcome back to this. Oh, how do we put it? Update and announcement episode. So we'll get on with the update. So, as you guys have seen, the Big Five simulation has now come to an end. We got 100 years into the future, which is where I wanted to get. The actual file itself had slowed down a little bit, but not too much, to be honest. So I have kept the file so we could go back to it and maybe do a little bit longer, as it wasn't as slow as I thought it would be. The next part is I have decided to end the Linton Hotspur story. As much as I want to carry on, I had not really played it that much due to the fact that I was recording and also doing the big five basically. So I had not played it for a while, and I just lost interest because of that. If I'm totally honest, I think there will be 30 episodes going up. I did record a lot more than that, but I didn't really see the point in loading them up when I know that I actually got or wasn't going to go any further. So we did actually get to the Lowland League with that save, and we didn't do too badly in the first season. But in the second season, it was about midway, and it was a little bit meh. But yeah, I've decided to end it with the episodes are coming up, and then not only that, but to be fair, the ending of both of these series at the same time actually is timed very well with what's scheduled to come out. So I feel that's best. But next on to the announcement, which is going to be the next series. This series will go on pretty much until um, the next FM, basically. And it's quite simple. It is a world domination series. I say that as if it's like a normal thing, but basically, the aim of the game is simple. It's to win every single cup competition, not cup, sorry, every single trophy on the game. And when I mean every single trophy, I don't mean just the playable leagues. I also mean the non-playable leagues as well. So it will be everything. I've done this on the last couple of FMs. I think on the previous ones, there's about 700 trophies across the world to win. So that is leagues, that is cups, that is also international and continental competitions. There are some rules to it. I'll probably go into that a little bit more in the next episode. But basically, I will just show where I'm starting. I will also keep a record of everything because one thing I always like to see is if I was basically how many games I would play and see how many trophies. So I'm going to keep a record of it. I will kind of share that whenever I need to. We do, like I said, there are rules, and like I said, I will go into a bit more detail about those rules in the next episode. But basically, we are starting in Oceania. So that is where I always start just because normally I say to myself it's because that's the one with the least amount of countries in it, which is actually not true. South America has the least. However, Oceania is all basically non-playable, so it's custom databases and also it's going to be quite quick. Whereas South America, I think was it six of them are actually already built in. So I go continent by continent, and I always start with the non-playable leagues just because hopefully they can get through quite quickly. But we are starting in Oceania, as I said. There are four, wrong one. I'm only four countries loaded up in this one. There's a reason for that as well, which again I'll go into a bit more detail in the next episode. But we'll just have a look. So here we are. We have Kiribati, Micronesia, Tuvalu, and Wallis and Futuna Islands. So those are where we're starting. Tuvalu does have another division, the Tuvalu B division, but that is actually all the B teams of the teams in the division that make up the top division. So basically, there's no point in having that loaded up. We'll just have a look at quickly at the leagues and stuff. So this is the thing with Oceania as well, and a lot of smaller nations. like Kiribati, they only have a couple of trophies. So Kiribati's actually got one. Micronesia has one. There's two leagues there, but they are combined into the Micronesia Football League. So basically, the winners of these leagues will play each other for the championship. Tuvalu has the most, as you can see, which is five. It would be six if the B division was there, but I don't see the point in having it when it's only B teams in there. And then the final one is Wallace and Fortuna, which again, like Micronesia, has two, but then when the top of the table for these will go into a championship one. And then the main reason I've started these four, again, I will go in a bit more detail in the next episode, but the main reason I've picked these four is kind of one of the rules, which is basically they do not qualify for the Oceania O League. So what I try and do is I always get out of the way the countries that do not qualify for continental competition, just because it's not really that worth being in there that long. So I used to do it like where I'd have it continent by continent, um, and have maybe one or two together, like with a couple of others. But now it's probably best to just have every single one that doesn't qualify for continental competition in one file. I thought there would be more, but there actually isn't, which is probably good. So we are going to be starting here. But yeah, that is it for this episode, guys. That is the announcements and the updates. Like I said, the next episode I will go into a bit more detail about this new save, which will carry on until um, the FM25 comes out, basically. Whether I make it that lot or I lose interest, I don't really know, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, um, this will be the only save being done as well, just to try and keep my interest peaked. Um, I think it'll be fine until I start getting to the leagues that are not actually who are actually playable at the game start, because obviously they'll be a little bit tougher. Um, but yeah, like I said, that's it for this episode, guys. So leave some likes, leave some comments, subscribe, and join me on my journey as I try to win every single trophy on the game. So, like I said, I'll go into a bit more detail in the next episode. But until then, guys, as always, take it steady.